Good day. This is Cast Iron ASMR with some more Spidey comic book content. The Amazing Spider-Man. Today I thought we could look at artist Eric Larson's Amazing Spider-Man run. That means the comic books that artist Eric Larson drew in succession, one after another. So let's take a look. I got my stack right here. Here they are. Here's all the Amazing Spider-Man drawn by artist Eric Larson. There's his signature right there. I mean, like, he didn't sign personally this book, but he did sign his cover, like, you understand. So this was his first one, and I was concerned. I thought, who's gonna do the art chores, the drawings for this comic book I was buying, The Amazing Spider-Man? Because the regular artist, Todd McFarlane, had left. And it left many a Spider fan concerned. But our worries were nothing to worry about, because Eric Larson stepped in. And in this comic, in the corner, you can tell what was going on. It was Acts of Vengeance, Aftermath. The Acts of Vengeance was a storyline going through all the Marvel comics at the time. Most of the Marvel comics, superhero comics, where the supervillains who wanted to wreak their vengeance thought, we keep fighting our arch nemesises, but they know all our tricks, so why don't we swap? And it would be like, okay, the Joker, instead of fighting the Batman, you're gonna fight Superman. And lucky for Spider-Man, when some of the big tough guys were coming after him, he got amazing cosmic powers, so nobody could hurt him. He could fly, he could flash light out of his eyeballs, he could transmogrify anything into anything. It was a pretty wild time. And here at the top, in a little box there, it says, "At last, the secret of Spidey's cosmic powers revealed." And here's the Tri-Sentinel introducing. Tri-Sentinel, he's three Sentinels in one. So we'll just look at the covers, I guess. The first one, because there's quite a few. So this is issue 329 of The Amazing Spider-Man. So the next one in succession is issue 330 with the Punisher. He was a popular guy at the time. He liked to use guns and shoot people. And his superhero vigilante style kind of clashed with Spider-Man. He first appeared, the Punisher, in The Amazing Spider-Man. Oh, look at this too. kind of a note of interest. See how in this square all Marvel comics would bear the Marvel name in that font. But then, cover dated March, the comics changed. Something so little. They had a big M. The Marvel was attached to the M on the top, and then it said comics. Sort of like a comics font. And I remember I didn't often read like Stan's soapbox, but sometimes I would skim it. And I remember before this, he said, oh, starting in March or whatever it was, there's going to be a bunch of big changes, like maybe 2 or 3. And they said the first one is so obvious, I'm not even going to tell you. And I can't remember what the other one was. But the next comic, I was like, what? Is it this? That's what it was. It was like so silly. And I was so skeptical as a teenager. I had my opinions, as, one does. And I thought that this new logo was not good. I thought, oh, now it makes it look too comic-y and not serious. So silly. Now, I have another copy of this. Look at how the printing is a little bit like the color. It's not like this one was faded from sitting in a window or nothing. This is how they came. I received one of these extra ones, probably this one. I don't know. Maybe I could tell by the bag, but I don't know if I can. For Christmas, I got like a comic box. It's like a comic starter kit. And you'd get a comic box and it would come with some comic books. And one of them was one of these ones. So I have 2. So this was a story with, the Punisher. I remember this being a 2-story arc. And the Punisher was pretty brutal. Like, he was like shooting people and killing them. And Spider-Man's like, don't kill those people. He's like, be quiet, Spider-Man. Here's issue 331. Side by side with the Punisher. It's a heavy metal massacre. This is actually kind of neat too that they did this because, this is only so he did this one, Eric Larson. Then immediately the second issue is with the Punisher. And before he came to Spider-Man, he did the art for the Punisher. Maybe they did that so people would be like, oh yeah, it's the Punisher artist, he's okay, he's good. And in this one, issue 331, I think this was just in the Spider-Man comics, but I could be wrong. That's just mainly what I was buying. They put these little squares along the top with the faces of people who would appear in the comic. I'm just like thinking, who's that guy? Maybe he was the guy. I don't know who that guy was. I was thinking maybe he was Mary Jane's stalker, but I think it's a blue herring because the stalker was... Wait, because the stalker, that was previously, and that was... I can't remember his name. I think this is a new stalker. That poor Mary Jane. And if I remember correctly, on the set of Secret Hospital, the soap opera that Mary Jane was on, there were some mysterious accidents, and I think he's the culprit. Maybe I'll just actually take a look if I'm right here. Like on the sound stage, Oh my goodness. That's the black cat choking Mary Jane. I remember drawing this picture, copying this picture. This came out. Oh, there's Venom. Yes, Venom is back. This was before Venom had been so overused that I was incredibly sick of it. Oh yeah, look at this lady here. So this is on, what? The Stage Door Deli. Just at the deli. Maybe these are the people who work on the soap. Yeah. Pardon me. Are you Sybil Shane from Secret Hospital? Well, yeah, in a way. She gets slapped. Tramp. That was just some old lady. Oh, yeah, so that was just some lady who watched the soaps. And she took it as a compliment. You know, she's such a committed actor that she can't distinguish between reality and non-reality. But then look, she's storming off. She's so mad. And then whoomp, she gets totally blindsided by a car. And these pedestrians walk up. She's dead. Car looked like it accelerated. Spoiler. I think it was that guy. Because she was mean to Mary Jane, so he ran her down. I liked when this happened. When the eyes would get squinty. Which is funny because normally I would think, like, how is that happening? There was like a cartoon, the MTV computer animated cartoon Spider-Man that came out after the first movie, and they would do that in the show. And I thought, oh, that's cool. There he is. Yeah, that's him. Was he like a doorman or something? Oh, and Jonathan Caesar, that was the man who previously had kidnapped Mary Jane. So next issue is the Venomous return. He's saying, buy it or I'll eat your dog. Okay, that's issue 331. Okay, here he comes. Here comes Venom. Venom's back. Who's that baby? I bet that, I don't want to say. Aunt May, she looks horrendous. As in, she looks like a corpse. Kiss your Aunt May goodbye, Spider-Man. You're gonna die. Yikes. Eric Larson's getting in on the UPC black and white drawings. He hadn't before that, but yeah. People probably said, draw on the UPC like Todd McFarlane did because that's fun. So he didn't defeat him in 332. It took till 333 for Spider-Man to finally kick Venom to the curb. Well, this one's touted as America's favorite non-mutant superhero. If sticks and stone don't break Spidey's bones, Venom will. That doesn't rhyme. Out of the way, losers. Spider-Man is mine. He had a death touch. That's, sticks. That's stone, I guess. Yeah. Shoulder guns. Oh, and there's Flash Thompson. He's got his boxing gloves. He starts dating Spider-Man's ex, Felicia Hardy, the Black Cat. But she's just doing it to get back at Spider-Man, Peter Parker. Black Cat liked Spider-Man much more than Peter Parker. Peter Parker kind of disgusted her because he was such a weenie. Those are her words, not mine. Well, I guess they're my words. So 3:33, and then it's summertime. Even though, well, it says even early July. Well, maybe they got their dates a little. But it definitely wasn't July. It was probably like May or something. Because it's returning to being on sale twice a month. They would do that in the summer months. So all the kids could spend all their hard-earned money all summer on Spidey. It was so cool. So this is a 6-part comic story with the return of the Sinister Six, which is the classic bad guy team that happened in the vintage Spidey. So we can see the tentacles of Dr. Octopus. Dr. Octopus is also one of my favorite Spidey villains. I think the Lizard, Doc Ock. Anyway, those are two high on my list. Electro. With his color scheme, he almost looks like he should be a superhero. Yellow and green. The bad guys wear purple. So we got Doc Ock and Electro. Each issue sort of collect the bad guys till they're all formed. And then they can attack Spider-Man. So we got Doc Ock and Electro, who shows up in 2 weeks' time. Oh, the Shocker. He's not part of the Sinister Six. Shock follows shock when Spidey confronts the Shocker. He was in one of the movies there with the new ones with Tom Holland. And I thought it was funny because they made fun of his, like, insulated costume or his name. What are you doing going around calling yourself the Shocker? So in the background we can see how many of the six have we got now. We've got Doc Ock, he's the brains. And the Sandman. At this time the Sandman was kind of becoming a good guy. But Doc Ock blackmails him. From over the shoulder you can see. That's not the Green Goblin, because the Green Goblin is dead. It's the Hobgoblin. Electro, and Mysterio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's 6, but he's not in it. What's next? Oh, this one here. This is one of my favorite covers. Well, I'll show you. I thought this was quite funny when it came out too. I actually just had mentioned. How about it when you got a little clickbait on there? The Amazing Spider-Man issue 336. Someone dies. Oh no, who is that? Who died? Oh, what's that guy's name again? Chance. He was in, I think, the first one that Todd McFarlane drew. I kind of liked him, actually. I think he would, like, just do crimes and then, like, have people betting on it or something. Oh, the Vulture. Okay, he's the 6th villain. I forgot about the Vulture. He's an old man. So, what a cheap ploy to get you to buy a comic. Someone dies. And most of the time, if it was anybody notable, like a superhero, like they wouldn't stay dead long. But because, do you know who it is? Do you know who died? It's this guy. He really dies. It's Aunt May's boyfriend, a boarder at her boarding house. Nathan Lubinsky, something like that. There's the kingpin of crime. Here's a technique. I don't think you see it as much now, but what's that? The 59th Street Bridge. But what Eric Larson did, you take a photo of it, and then you at that time you probably would have photocopied it, so it's black and white. Cut it out, put it onto your page, draw around it. It's not cheating. You just gotta convey. Oh, there he is. He's got a gambling problem. A little cheesecake for you. Oh, this was funny too. I remember this. It's like a cameo, a cheap little cameo. Spider sense? No, not because of danger. Also, Spidey's spider sense was really kind of wishy-washy. Just they can do whatever they want. It's like, I sense something, but it's not danger. Just so they could have like this one panel, and it's Doctor Strange hovering in astral form for no real reason. Then he flies off. In one of these comics, I don't know if it's these ones, but I remember a Spider-Man comic where they even advertised on the cover that there was a real cheap cameo by the Punisher. And it was like one panel, he was just flying over in a helicopter or something. So like the very first Sinister Six miniseries, not miniseries, but what do they call it? Whatever, when it's like 6 parts or in the ongoing series. Steve Ditko. That was Steve Ditko, right? Yeah. Yeah, in the very beginning there. He did like a full page, splash page of each of the 6 villains. And so Eric Larson is following suit. Each book has a 1-page picture of the villains. Oh no. Where does it happen? Is that him? Did the vulture pick him up? Oh, the vulture goes and grabs Nathan. Wait, no, he's grabbing this other person. Wait, is he grabbing Aunt May? He is. And then Nathan grabs him by the tuft of his vulture neck fur. And he starts flying up, but it's taking Nathan with him. I'll die. And sure enough, does he have a heart attack and fall off, or does he fall off, have a heart attack while he's falling? Let's spike. He tries to save him. But the stress of falling is too much. He passes. Just like the cover told us. Okay, 337. It looks like they're all formed now. The Sinister Six. The Vulture. The Doctor. Octopus. Mysterio. Sandman. And because the Green Goblin is gone, they used the Hobgoblin. And he was like a demon here. He was like a real monster. And now for the conclusion of the Return of the Sinister Six. You know, I'm thinking about it now when Eric Larson left The Amazing Spider-Man. Then he went to the adjectiveless Spider-Man series that Todd McFarlane began and then quickly left. Then Eric Larson went, and then he did another return. They return again. The Sinister Six on that one. And when he was writing that one and drawing it, and it wasn't nearly as good as this one. Because that's the way it goes. At last, Battle Royale. I think that, because it's really hard to fight 6 bad guys, I think Sandman helps him in the end. It's like, no, Spidey, let me help you. I'm trying to be good again. Well. Wait, so this is the last one. This is part 5 of 6. I thought just because it said at last, like at last, it's the end. No. But I like this last cover for the thing. Oh no! Doc Ock really dislikes Spider-Man. It's the final chapter. The next little story arc was really actually one of my favorites. There's like 3 of them. It's Female Trouble. Femme fatale. Look at this. Look at me. Like, okay, you got your Wolverine claw type lady. Brain lady. Look at this costumes. Introducing, they're called the Femme Fatales. Oh, now they're not calling him a non-mutant superhero. He's New York's neurotic superhero. And this is maybe not many people caught this, but it's from here. That look at Spider-Man. Is there anything you notice there about his costume? There's absolutely no highlights where the blue part would be. It's red and black. And they don't mention it in the comic. And look, there's no blue, it's just black. And I thought, oh, okay. It's notable. Spidey, you got a black eye there. I would say that Eric Larson was more consistent with the depiction of Peter Parker's face, where Eric Larson, oh, I like that panel. Eric Larson, no, Todd McFarlane. It was a little bit, could be different from panel to panel. I'm totally going to recall you. Total Recall was a great movie. Oh, I like this too. I like how he kept his socks on. His Spidey socks. So that was issue 340. Then the next one, well, maybe it happened. It happened when he was seeing that psychiatrist, maybe. This one's called Powerless, Part 1. But I think it actually happened at the end of this one. He jumped on the wall and then he slipped down. Oh, because he's neurotic. He's neurotic to the core. You know. This is it. Spidey goes normal. Now the weakest hero in the Marvel Universe. And look, it's the tarantula. I like the tarantula. Villain. Oh, and there's the black cat in the corner. With no power comes no responsibility. But he still feels responsible. And he tries to still help people, but he's a weakling. He's a regular neurotic man. And then, in issue 342, dubbed Powerless Part 2, he's backed by Black Cat. And the Scorpion's back. Stop it, you're killing him. That's the whole idea. And look, his costume, his new black and red costume is all tattered. And Mary Jane is like, oh no. His costume. So that he had no powers, he's getting beat up. Black Cat's kinda helping him. And then it says Powerless Part 3, or is it 4? Oh, who cares? He got his powers back. But look how many mofos he's got to fight. So everybody in these last few comics are back to beat up old Spidey. We got the tarantula, the femme fatales, there's a little bit of schmutz on there, Scorpion, the Brain Lady, and wait till you find out who was really behind all this. It was the psychiatrist, I think. I do remember really liking these ones. This little story arc there. So that's 341. 344. Is Venom really dead? New clues inside. It's the Rhino. Hey, I want to kill him. And there's a new character. Is he hero or villain? Introducing Cardiac. But wait, there's more. Such as the Rampaging Rhino. Now, how much would you pay? I'd pay $1.25. And that's what I did pay. Cardiac doesn't have a nose. Now issue 345. Venom lives. You can't kill a villain who brings in the sales. Miss May? Well, he hadn't been gone that long, so. But first, Spidey's got to survive the assault of the Death Dealer from down under. Boomerang. He's like a ham and egger. He's like a jabroni. D-list villain. Now 346. Here's where Venom returns again. V is for Vile, Vengeance, and Venom. I remember thinking, what's all that green stuff? And like all of a sudden he wanted to like eat Spider-Man's brains a lot. But it was cool. These were actually really cool. He's returned because he was like way too powerful. He had all Spider-Man's powers. He was stronger. He didn't set off Spidey's spider sense. Good thing he fooled him into thinking that Spider-Man was dead. Alas, poor Spider-Man. I killed him well. He was on a tropical island. It was really good. Actually, let me take a look. It's been a while, a long while. And then he tricked him into thinking that he was dead. And so then Venom, Eddie Brock, just thought, well, I think I'm just going to stay here on this cool tropical island. I finished my mission. And, you know, he was gone from the comics for quite a while. But again, you know, you can't stop using a character who's so in the comics. So a new superhero, Shadowhawk, in one of his early issues, went to the island by chance. Oh, there's Felix again. And then he found out that Spidey was still alive and he came back. I have those comics. Shadowhawk was... They were making a few new superheroes at the time, and they were all mostly really lame. Shadowhawk included. Who's that? Is that the mailman? No, that's... What? That's my gal. Who's the guy? Nathan Lubunsky? Oh, that's the guy who died. What's that, Willie Lumpkin. Oh my god, I forgot all about that. So Willie Lumpkin was the comic strip character from the 50s, written by Stan Lee and drawn by Ultra Star Archie artist Dan DiCarlo. But after Nathan Lubunsky got thrown from the sky and died, Willie, what's his name? Anyway, Willie starts making the moves on Aunt May. And, like, look at this. So he found an old skeleton. Like, had they been there that long? Or there was this big explosion. And then, Parker's so smart. He's a genius. So he's like, oh, I'll put my tattered costume on this skeleton. Then Venom will find it and think I'm dead. And I'll just swim out to this cruise ship. And it worked. Venom's not too smart. A Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cereal. It's radical. Pizza-shaped marshmallows. They probably would have put marshmallows on their pizza. The turtles, they liked all the weird stuff, kind of like Jughead. Okay, 347. Okay, now we got 348. Oh, look, it stars the Avengers at last. Because, like at last, the Avengers are in Spider-Man. Because they'd never done that before, because nobody cared about the Avengers. And look, so let's read all the things. Amazing Spider-Man, under the leadership of the Sandman. It's all the Avengers you know and love. Like, you got your Captain America and your Thor, so those are the mainstays. That's Black Widow. And She-Hulk. Everybody remembers Quasar. That's it. Oh no, and then what's her name again? There's this other lady. You gotta read it to believe it. Yeah, the Sandman became a good guy. You gotta read it to believe it, though. Then 349. We're almost at the end of his run. In Spider-Man issue 349, the Amazing Spider-Man catches the Black Fox. This guy. I forgot his name, that it was the Black Fox. He's this old cat burglar. He's like a senior. Catching the Black Fox was the easy part, Spidey. The other guy wants you both dead. Yep, it's who you think it is. Can you tell if that is? Who do you think it is? He's got the big glove. I think it's Dr. Doom. All the money is all flying around. And then, in the landmark giant size 350th issue of The Amazing Spider-Man. Oh, I was right, it's Spidey versus Dr. Doom. Plus, Spidey's reunion with Uncle Ben. What? Plus, a gallery of all-star pinups. That's ink. I didn't know if that was on the comic or on the bag. It's on the bag. So this was the last issue with Eric Larson doing the art. We'll take a look at the pinups. There's a really kind of cool pinup I remember. It's been a long time since I must have been doing some drawing around this. Doing some inking, I guess. So then once again I thought, oh no, I think it says at the end, like, this is Eric's last issue. I thought, oh no, who's gonna do it next? Oh, look, the coloring looks different. This looks like, this is like how the coloring was in like the web of Spider-Man. Let's see if it changed in this one. Yeah, it kind of goes from like more of the dotty-ish, maybe. This looks a little, I don't know, a little kissy-kissy there. Rich, the color there. So at the end of this, there's a ripple in there. Maybe he got hit in the head. He's having a dream. Yeah, he's got a concussion. He's seeing Uncle Ben. But Todd McFarlane came back to do a pinup with Eric Larson. Let's see where it is. Yeah, this one here. I thought, oh. Yeah, so long, Eric. Sniff. Go now. But look, Todd McFarlane did the one side and Eric Larson did the other side. So you could go like that. Oh, it's the black suited Spidey by artist Todd McFarlane. And oh, it is Eric Larson's red and blue. Let's see if there's any other pinups. I don't remember. Oh, yeah. Well, these are just by Eric Larson. The Daredevil. Oh yeah, the Captain Universe. The cosmic manifestation of the Enigma Force, Captain Universe. That's how he got his superpowers, from that guy or something. And then there was this guy who was a solo. While he lives, dare die. He was like a Punisher wannabe. The Fantastic Four. Kind of neat. There's Spidey and Mary Jane. Alright. Well, those are my Eric Larson's Amazing Spider-Man comic book run. Yeah, it was again a fun time buying these as they came out and seeing the amazing adventures every month and in the summer twice a month. So thanks for joining me. Hope you have a pleasant evening.